Hi guys, I thought it's worth doing a video for the first time in a few weeks. I haven't done a video for a little while, and this will probably be the last video I do this year. I haven't really had enough time to do videos of late. Life has happened, a few things in my life has happened, but I still want to use this YouTube channel to practice speaking in front of a camera, practice keeping myself more accountable, just generally. So at least this acts as a journal for some of the things I talk about, and for me to look back and say, this is what I thought about X months ago, and look at me now, I'm not doing it. That kind of thing. So this is going to be my brief review of the year. As ever, I don't have a script. I've got some notes so that I know where to go, and it's just going to be me speaking to the camera and just kind of saying how my life has gone. So part of the reason for this channel was to try and frame and follow a financial freedom narrative. That for me is obviously partly about finance, but also it's about personal freedom. And for personal freedom, it's about freeing myself up from kind of constraints on myself emotionally, spiritually, things that are holding me back. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. I think it's a better way of looking at it. And so, as part of me talking through my year, I'm going to touch on some of these things. So firstly, on the finance side, things have ticked along okay, and I'll say okay as in things haven't collapsed. Things have been actually okay because the stock market's been okay. I have investments; they continue to tick over, and as a result, my financial situation, my net worth, has increased. Now, firstly, I do not expect 2026 to be as generous as 2025, 2024, and 2023 have. That's just my view. Inflation has also gone up, as everybody knows. My personal inflation in terms of what I have been spending on has also gone up. Spending more on family and things like that. So things are better financially, but things could be more challenging in 2026. So that's something I'm going to keep an eye on. Which takes me to the next point, which is my business enterprises. That has been a shocker this year. I don't even know, in fact, I should actually check how much money I've made through side income areas I've kind of dabbled with. Probably less than $50 US. Yeah, very possibly less than $50 US. No, maybe more. Sorry, it's more than that because I've done a few surveys here and there. Regardless, not much to write home about. And I know that that's something I have to be more intentional on next year, because my whole thesis is that we all get aged out of our jobs. We all get pushed out because of technology. So you have to have your plan B in place. Part of my plan B next year, once I get myself sorted out, rather than if I get myself sorted out, is to have a Substack newsletter, which will encapsulate a lot of my knowledge around the investment space, which is my day job, around career coaching, which is something I also did professionally in the past, etc. So yes, if you're interested, follow this channel and you will find out more in due course once I launch my Substack and once I put together some products on that front. But that's certainly something that I need to push on with. In terms of my career, that's been fine this year. And I say fine as in it pays the bills, it keeps me occupied, it gives me some challenge, it gives me a reason to get up in the morning, etc. and it can be quite interesting. Could I have done more this year? Possibly, but did I do more than the year before? Probably yes. So in terms of my career position, it's been fine. I want to evolve in my role. As I said, it's in the world of finance. I won't go into it all, and so that's something I'm definitely going to be more intentional on, particularly as I want to have a really well-defined portfolio career. So this is my job, and then these are my income streams, which ultimately, eventually, will take the do the heavy lifting from a financial perspective in the future. So I will not be reliant on my job for my income. It will be my side hustles, etc. So that's something to consider next year. But for now, tick to career. It's been okay. Right, next section is relationships. So relationships incredibly important in my life. I feel that I haven't invested a lot of time, as much time as I should in recent years, partly because of a young family. This year I have had the opportunity to reconnect with old friends from years ago. From years ago when I went to watch some rugby in Australia. And again, it's one of those things I thought, I need to do this. I need to do this for my soul, for what I'm about. And it was one of the highlights of my year, without a shadow of a doubt. I also caught up with family as a family unit for the first time in 8-9 years. Siblings and mother in the same place, the first time for years. Needed to do that, so that's great. And so I need to keep on building on that, making the effort to stay connected with friends, because everyone's lives are busy, which means you have to take ownership and be intentional about it. And I think I did better this year, but I can do more. Now the next thing is about relationships. No, sorry, about health. The reason why I got lost was because it dovetails, because a couple of relationships have ended in terms of people passing away. A good friend last week passed away. A family member passed away earlier in the year. And these things kind of make you wake up to the reality of looking after your health. Who knows whether in either case things could have changed in terms of their lifestyle. I don't know whether that impacted how they passed away. But I do know that I have to make more of an effort to get fitter. In the summer, as one of my YouTube videos talked about, I had lots of blood tests and a CT scan and MRI, because a few friends have had health issues, heart issues. I had a clean bill of health, but that shouldn't stop me from making this a regular item, a part and parcel of who I am. Someone who sees health as wealth and invests in it, partly for the sake of my family. Obviously, I need to be there for them, but also to make sure that even when I grow older, that I'm growing older and being healthy as opposed to older and sick. So yeah, health is a very important thing. I again need to be intentional. I've been trying to go to the gym a bit more. Unfortunately, now that I don't work from home as often, it's harder to get to the gym, but that shouldn't be an excuse. I should find ways to include some exercise in my general routine. Yeah, it's quite mad thinking about people passing away. You know, it does focus the mind. It really does focus the mind. The final section is on emotions and spirituality, which I know are different, but I tend to connect the two, more so from the idea that it's something beyond just the material stuff in front of you. One's, I guess, the internal, the emotional, and the spiritual is the, I don't know, the beyond the selfness of things. I'm not explaining myself very well. Certainly on the emotional side, I've been using an app where I've been registering my emotional feelings at different times during the day, just writing it down, and it's been good because it's a reminder to stop, acknowledge whatever emotion I'm feeling. Don't deny it. If I'm feeling scared, if I'm feeling nervous, if I'm feeling happy or whatever, acknowledge it. And if I do have a negative emotion, to find a way in which to maybe address it, accept it, acknowledge it, and how can I maybe relieve some of the pain, if you will. That could be breathing, that could be gratitude, that could be body scanning, muscle relaxation, etc. So all these things are ways in which I can address any emotional overload. So that's been a useful app that I've discovered only a few months ago, actually, on a podcast. But it's certainly something I'm going to continue to use as often as I'm able. So yeah, that's it. That's been my review of the year, 2025. Good, bad, or indifferent. It's been good, except for the people passing away, and people pass away every day, obviously, in the world. I guess I tend to know somebody who passes away every other year, maybe. That's been the rate of late. But the sudden passing last week and the passing earlier this year definitely kind of has made me think about a lot of things in life. What I want out of life. So, without being too morbid, it was a good year, and hopefully I will be able to do more videos next year. I may even try to monetize YouTube. Funny enough, I said that about a year ago. I probably won't. It's not going to be top of my agenda because I need to focus on the basics, which is the Substack, and to build out my philosophy, if you will, around finance, around work, around the need to take ownership. And part of that really means having some focus, and trying hard to monetize YouTube probably isn't going to be part of it. So hence, this is going to be unscripted, unedited, not very flashy, not very exciting, but it's authentically me. Okay, well, until next time, I hope you have a great end of year, and feel free to like and subscribe and follow the journey next year, where I will try and soup up my actions. Do or do not. There is no try. I'm not going to even try. I will advance my actions. And yes, please follow my journey. Financial freedom, financial independence, and being the best version of me if possible, and being my plan B. Bye for now.